Sea conditions are not ideal for this.
5 days into their 6-week mission, Jeff Mackinnon and his salvage team are using underwater sonar technology just off the coast of Nova Scotia.
No problem?
Yeah, no, we're looking good.
They have exclusive access to an area they believe still hides thousands of shipwrecks. But with the clock ticking, they've called Ryan Howlett from the engineering firm Mackinnon to help.
Yeah, we're in 9 meters of water here.
Howlett is doing a bathymetric survey using Norbit software to make detailed maps of the seafloor, which Jeff hopes will focus his dive time by identifying its most promising targets.
All right, here we go.
Starting a line now.
They're surveying this area for 2 reasons. First, they believe these waters to be the final resting spot of the 1711 French shipwreck, the Chameau. The ship's stern was carrying a pay chest with an estimated 82,000 French livres, the equivalent of over $20 million today.
Pull out a little.
While the survey does provide 3 high-value targets, Jeff and the team still need to battle one of the most dangerous coastlines in the world.
There are so many shipwrecks here because this is a hellhole.
It's coming up on Chameau Rock.
You got a lot of under-the-water land features. There she is right there, look. You get a little bit of wind, and bam, it nails it. Got a big target area there. Go down, dog leg to the right. Let's go.
Jeff sends the divers to the survey's first target. But the site comes with an added risk. They're just 200 feet from the shoreline, exposed to swells that can easily throw a diver onto the jagged rocks.
Go! You got a 5-7 knot tide rip through there because you've got 2 pieces of land that form a funnel.
The proximity of Port Nova Island to the coast creates a narrow bottleneck for water to pass through, and with it, a dangerously fast current.
Off the top side, are you receiving? Over.
This is topside. I'm
I'm reading you loud and
clear. What's your viz?
20-foot visibility. Pretty good surge down here.
You know, if you're not watching what you're doing, especially the tenders, it'd only be a blink of an eye. You might never see them again.
Both divers are on bottom.
Copy that. Top side out.
Mike and Mike are commencing search. Keep in visual contact. Copy direct. Off the top side, the bottom here is littered with iron parts. Non-stop hits on the metal detector.
That's good news, Mike.
Lots and lots and lots of material here.
There could be treasure.
Could be.
The grooves that we saw on the bathymetric scan did catch something. Now we just have to find out what. Top side to divers. You got things picking up here a little bit.
I've got an iron object concreted into the substrate.
Copy that, Mike. Dig it out.
Copy. Oh my God, you're not gonna believe this. It looks like I have a cannonball.
Way to go, Mike. Good job.
I want you to recover that cannonball.
Sound like we got a major pile of wreckage. Aha! Whoa, look at that. Beautiful.
And I came up on this cannonball, running off like mad.
What the hell is this? There's something more to this.
That could be a piece of bar shot.
Hold on.
That's a bar shot. That's exactly what that is. You imagine a bar that goes between that and another piece.
This would have done some serious damage to a ship's rigging.
Bar shot is a type of cannon artillery with 2 iron balls attached by a straight bar, like a dumbbell. It spins as it leaves the barrel, slashing through rigging and sails, immobilizing enemy ships.
It's a little corroded, but it's old.
The bar shot is a great find, but without any markings on it to indicate whether or not it's French or American, I won't be able to tell whether or not it came from the same ship as the American coin. There's a whole concretion field here. Establish your perimeters. Just go and search.
With the weather report calling for the wind to pick up, Jeff is pushing to cover as much of the site as possible before his dive is cut short.
We're gonna have waves, and those waves are gonna push my divers up into the rocks. It gives me a very narrow window of opportunity.
Good check.
Topside, Greg, radio check.
I read you loud and clear, pal.
We need to go over this ridge. Over. Copy that.
Right behind you. Tough current again.
Let's not spread apart too far. Stay close. Copy that.
Give me a visual on my divers, please.
Right below us.
Let's keep working this gully here. This looks interesting. If you're in topside, I've got another iron object on a visual search. Cylindrical, 12 inches long, about 8 inches in diameter. Probably weighs 15 pounds.
That sounds interesting. I want you to bring that up.
Up you, bring it up.
Divers up, Chris. It really boosts the spirits when the divers find something and bring it back. That's pig iron, 100%. Is there many of them down there?
They're all over the place.
All right, that was a shipment of pig iron. We've never seen pig iron on the Chameau. This has to be from a different ship. This stuff could be heading somewhere to be reforged, re-smelted.
And remade into new products.
Pig iron is produced by smelting iron ore in a furnace, then casting it into ingots. The process involves lining up molds like piglets, suckling milk from a sow. During the Industrial Revolution, pig iron starts to replace the softer wrought iron in the making of buildings, tools, and weapons.
Do we know if there was a foundry anywhere in here once upon a time?
Not at that time.
Okay.
Pig iron has never been linked to the Chameau. Could this be from the American ship? And if so, could the team be closer to finding the suspected cache of American silver half dollars?
All right, I'm gonna get this stuff in water.
Sounds good.
Searching for answers, Jeff meets with archaeologist Jim Sinclair later that day to piece together the clues. He wants to know if the cannonball and pig iron found at the site can be tied to the American ship they believe their coin originated from.
Jim Sinclair is bar none one of the best in the business. He has worked with some of the most notable salvers on the planet Earth, including my father. We've got quite a few good finds here, and we have some real head scratchers. Would it be possible for an American ship to be up this far?
By the time that that particular coin was lost, the War of 1812 was over, and there was commerce going between Boston and the St. Lawrence. So yeah, I don't see any reason why it couldn't be an American ship. Back in 2004, when we were working on this area, the big thing that we found that kind of had us all scratching our head were these objects that were obviously sort of fragments of a larger piece. Turned out what they were parts of a Congreve rocket.
Really?
Yep.
Close to this area?
Close to that area.
Named for inventor Sir William Congreve, Congreve rockets are used by both the British and Americans in the 1800s. They were wildly inaccurate, but their loud noise and fiery trails made them effective for psychological warfare. In September 1814, the British fired these rockets at Fort McHenry in Baltimore, Maryland, eventually inspiring the line in the Star-Spangled Banner, "The rocket's red glare."
That's telling me that there is another ship here.
Mm-hmm. The question is can we put a name to this ship?
I still need to get that pig iron examined by an expert. If it turns out to be American, then we could be on the trail of an American pay ship. You've definitely given me a lot to think about. And the only way to find out for sure is to get back in the water.
Keep investigating.
That's my job.